Welcome back to lesson 6 of the comprehensive web design class with Bolaji James. So in the last class, I told you we'll be talking about page builders. But just before we go into that lesson, I want us to assume that in the last lesson, after taking that lesson, you decided to take a break. And you went to take a coffee. So you have already signed out. Robert, by coming to this place, this is how to sign out. Point to this place and click log out. So when you log out, at any point in time you want to continue your work, to get back to the WordPress dashboard, you need to type in your domain name which you bought. Then in the front here you put /wp-admin. That is your domain name /wp-admin, like this. So once you type this in and hit enter, it will bring you to your registration login page. You have your login page here where you can log in to the back end of your website. So you now have to provide that username that you entered at the time while we were installing WordPress. So you need to enter that, and then you move on to provide your password. So I'm going to type in my own password that I entered while we were installing, and then I will log in. So this should take us to our dashboard at any time or at any point. Good. So now let's move on to the topic, using page builders. In the last class, I told us we are going to be creating page. So we're still using the sample page as we're still using the sample page as our home page right now. So which we have this. So now let's say we want to create our home page. So that we now change that to the page. We can head over to pages and click on add new. Head over to pages and click add new. Here we give our page a title. We can say it's home. So it's going to act as the home page. And then you can see this place says type or choose a block. So everything you will create here are called blocks. So that's why it's called content management system. You just arrange blocks of text, video, audio, pictures, and all the rest, and the coding is done for you at the back end. So you can point to this place here, and then you can just type something here, or you can browse all. You can browse all here. You'll see different different things that you can add to make your page look nice and work perfectly. So there are so many of them. I will not be able to go through all of them, but I would like that you do what you explore, try different things out. Okay, so we can come to this place now, and let's say the header, as at the top here. Let's say we want to put a cover, a kind of header icon. So let's say type cover. Now if you point to it, you can it says what, add an image or video with a text overlay. So great for what? Say it's great for headers. So we can use it for headers like this one now. These are samples that it's giving you. So we just click on cover, and it will be inserted. Then we close this, go back to the page. Okay, so now this is it. Now if we have something in our media library, we can do what? We can just bring it in, but there's nothing there, so we need to upload. So you can just directly click from here to upload. Now I've gone over to Google and I've downloaded some pictures like this one. This was what I wanted to use to for the cover, but I think we should change this. Let's change this. So let's click on this and replace it. I'm thinking we should use something else. So let's upload another one. This other one that I later downloaded, let's use this one. Okay, so if we have something like this, then we come here, point to this alignment here, and let's make it full width because it's the header. Make it full width. You understand? So we click on it again, and then we go to settings here to see the settings of the cover. So we can decide that you can decide where you want this to appear, as in just the aspect that you want it to be. So something like this, okay. Then you can see that if you are scrolling like this, it just scroll past. You can decide to make it fixed, like maybe coming here, fixed background, so that when you are scrolling you can scroll past it like this. So like that. Then what else can we do? Now if we come back to this place, we can decide that we can do things like overlay, like we can give a color over it so that maybe the text that we want to put will work properly. So then apart from that, we can also say the size, so and so on. So these are the things we can do, but let's just come here and say overlay. Let's put what if we can have go for a gradient that is of two colors. So we can have something like this, like two colors over it, and we can have something like this, we can have something like this, and so on and so forth. So we can just pick, or we can decide to use one solid color like black, and then we can adjust the opacity, how dark it should be from here. At the same time, we may decide not to put overlay. We can just put maybe the area where we want to put the text, we can allow it to have background. So or we can just leave this at, let's say, 30 like this, and let's say 30 is okay. And then what else? So this minimum height is talking about how high it should be. So we can decide to increase this by just using 500 like this, so that it covers the page when we load the page. And then we can come back to this place now and then put a text. So we can, on top of the cover here, we can add a block, and we can say we want to add heading, and that heading we can decide that we want it to be on the right, like this side here. So we can type here, we can say uh um okay, let's say WordPress tutorial. So like that, and after it we can decide to add another one. So we can say let's say paragraph, and we click on it as well, that paragraph we can type and say learn WordPress for free following step by step videos from Bolaji James. This is just for tutorial sake. We can decide to also add it on the right too. So we can decide to also add it on the right, and you know, we can reduce the size, make it smaller like this. So we can make it smaller like this, or even break it into two. Maybe come to this place. Okay, let's see this. So we can have something like this. You can decide to break it into two, like this one here, something like this. So whichever way we feel it will look good. So if we have it like this, we can decide that it should be in the center, but it's okay. No, let's have it on the right. So we can align it to the right like this, and then we can change the color of each of these. The text, we pick a color for it depending on the color of your brand now. So this is where your brand colors come to play. So make sure you use the correct color for your brand. So then the background, if we want it to have background color, we can give it background color, but that won't look good. It won't look good. Let's just take it off. So we can say so the background color, let's just undo that by just hitting Control Z. Okay, so remove the background color because it doesn't really look good. Okay, so also we can change the topography of this by clicking here, and we can click on the font family, and instead of this font we can pick another one. We can pick any other one that is available here. Now there are no much font color because of the theme that we are using, which is the default theme that comes with WordPress. So we are going to change that soon. This is just a basic tutorial just to get you used to how the WordPress Gutenberg works, the page builder that comes with WordPress. Okay, so we can also make this one, we can highlight this one and do what? And make it bold. So let's highlight it one by one because it's broken into two paragraphs. So the first one, we highlight it and make it bold. And this other one too, we do the same thing, highlight it and then make it bold. Okay, so we can have something like this, and then we can now go ahead and publish. So we can publish that, and after it, maybe down below here we can decide to okay, we had a block and we can put, let's say, an heading as well. Maybe we'll put an heading and say we can say latest tutorial videos or something. So we can say latest tutorial videos, or could it be courses that we cover or something. So we can say we can say learn all about WordPress. Okay, so we can have it, give it a text color. Then you need to be consistent. Whatever color you have chosen here should, always follow through. And okay, just like that, we can make it go to like that. And then since we have this, we can come down after it and say we want maybe columns. Okay, we have columns here. Let's say columns, and we can have like 3 columns. Let's use this one. 3 columns on the same row, whereby learn all about WordPress, just like as a businessman, and this could be our services. Our services. So you can insert different um images. Maybe in this place now, you add image, and then you add what the image is talking about. So let's say we had image here, and let's see, let me upload more. Let's upload one more stuff. I think I still have, okay, yes, I have one here. Then here I will insert another one, image again. And I think there's one more again. I can say web design one. So so we can have something like this. Then in the third one too, you have the same thing, another image. Then let's use this other one here, because I don't think I have another design. Maybe we have this. Okay, so we can have something like this. Yeah, so if we have something like this, then under each one too, after each one, we can decide like after this picture inside the column, if I click on it like this, I'm seeing only the picture. But if I click somewhere under it here, you can see, so inside the same column, but after the picture, so we can add a block. I hope you are getting it now. So if you click on it like this, you will not be able to add anything. This is, you are editing the picture. So under the picture, just click somewhere underneath like this, and then you can say add a block, stay inside that same column, and we can say let's say we put an heading, but that heading will be smaller, not as big as this one. So we change this heading to heading 4. We can say um school website. Okay, so we can decide to even okay, now what we do before we continue, now this entire column here, let's click on this and then set it to full width as well, just like the one at the top. So we can say full width, so that it covers the entire screen, so that the space will be enough. So we can highlight this one, make it bold, and then immediately under it here, so immediately under it here, so that we can add another one. So like this, you can come here, click here, and say insert after. So you can insert after. So here we can insert after, and we can put a paragraph. So we can say let's look for dummy text online, dummy text. So we can go to Lauren Ibsen So we can come here and just copy something. Copy, come back here and paste this here. Control V, like this. You understand? It's just like you are telling them your services. You have your image, you have the title of that. You can align this to center. Okay, then like this, then this will do the same thing to this place. After it, we, after this, down here, we add a block, and that should be heading. Then we type in the let's say e-commerce e-commerce website. Don't forget, they should be consistent. If this is heading 4, so this one too should be what? Heading 4. Like this. Make it bold. You can decide to use color if you want. So I've already shown you. Now the purpose here is just to show you. Anyone I've used, I may not use it again. So then after it, come down, and then we add a paragraph, and then we can paste that. We can come back here, copy something else. Okay, copy something else here. Copy. So now, like I mentioned earlier, all these details, you will have them because this is your website, your business website. So all these are all information about your business. But for this tutorial, where I'm just doing just showing us, so I can use anything, I can copy something from the internet, but you should not do that. So I can say school website, e-commerce website, um company company portfolio portfolio uh portfolio, like this. Okay, like this. Am I not correct? So let me right click and say correct option, portfolio. Okay, like this. So we change this as well to heading 4. Highlight it and make sure it is heading 4 and it is bold. Now you see that this one is up, and so we can come here, pick this image, the image size, come here and give them the same size. Let's say 350 by 250. If it's not too big, does it look good? Maybe we'll reduce this one to 200. Okay, then take this other one to do the same thing so that everything will align. So you can say 350 by 200, so that this place will be balanced. Okay, the same thing to this one, say 350 by 200. So this will make the next thing under it to balance. So like I said earlier, you can decide to put color here, use the same color that you have used before for all the headings to make sure you are consistent. That is something about web designing. Then after that, then we have down here, we have our paragraph, of course. Then let me look for one more. Okay, let's copy this one. Copy this one here, like this, and bring it to this place, and right click and paste. or use your Control V. So we have something like this. And if we update, let's just look at it and see what we have. So this is what we have so far. Okay, so let's go back to our edit page. Okay, so maybe this one could be this one could change to learn how to design any kind of website. Okay, learn how to design any kind of website. So that could be it. This one too, we can decide that we want to make it wide width, and we align it to the center. So I believe it should come out well. Let's preview this. So let's view it on a different tab so that we'll not be going back and forth. So you can come here and see how that appears. So it's okay. It covers the screen. Okay, so like this. So we can have something like this. So after that, we can decide that maybe down here, after all of that, we can decide that we want to add another block. So like this one, and that is more than these other ones, we can decide to click on it, to make our work plumb. But if the information here is necessary, I don't think you need to remove it. You can leave it. But I just want everything to plumb, to work together, to rhyme together. So down here, I can decide that I want to use another column again. And this time around, I will have like two. One will be bigger than the other. Let's use something like this. So I can decide that this column, select the column to make it full width as well, or wide width, whichever one. So like this, so that it will not cover the entire screen. So here in the first column, I can decide to add a video, that is a YouTube video. You can say YouTube, type YouTube in here, and then I can head over to my YouTube channel. Let's go to Uncle B Media Network. Just hit enter. So it should bring out this on YouTube. So we can just go to my YouTube directly. So we can look for a tutorial video. Don't forget, this is just sample. I don't know, if I decide to use one thing, it may not be what you want. It may not be what it may be what one person wants and what the others don't want. So so we can have something like okay, like this one now. We can say okay, we can just point to this place here and click on share. So we can copy this and just bring it to where we are editing our page. Paste it here and say embed, and then that video will show up here. Okay, then here in this other one, we can decide to put a button. Come here and look for button. Okay, so button, can put a button here. This one is still loading because of network. You can say learn more or something, anything. So this could be anything. So if we select everything, the entire column like this, we can decide, come here and click the alignment, say middle, so that this learn more will be in the middle as well. Okay, so we can come here, this learn more, we can adjust it, the settings. You can come here and say the text. For instance, let's say the text should be white, while the background or should be maybe this, since we have used this before. And if we come down here, we have the radius. Maybe you want this button to be rounded, so you can put radius, you can put let's say 20, like this, so like that. So those are things you can do. Then when they click on this, where is it linking to? Where is this button linking to? You can also enter that. You come here and put the link. So maybe let's say it's going to take them to the this Uncle B Media basically, so that they can come here and learn some things. So you can do that. Copy the URL there and then paste here and click on this submit icon, and that is it. So so far so good, it's looking good. So there are other things we can add. Let's update this one first. So if we go through this place, like I said earlier, I may not be able to browse through all, so I just give you a brief look at how to use these things so you can explore. And before we finish, we can still come back to to pick some of the things there. There are still so many things that are important that we may need to use. Okay, so let's say here we can say after this we can put latest post here, so you can see this is the only post. So we can make it wide width as well, so that by the time we add more posts, so if you look at this place, is it grid or list view? So let it be grid view. Okay, so let it be grid view, so that by the time we have more posts, it will appear down here. So then the latest post, what else do you want it to do? There is no other settings here, so we can click on this place and okay, let's click here, settings of this block, this latest post. Let's see, post content. Should it show post content? No, we can't display all, but we can say display featured image. So it will display the featured image of the post, and then image alignment should be what? Centered. So then yes, that's all. The number of items to be shown, okay, we can say it should show the latest 6 posts, and it should show them in 3 columns. That is 2 2 each, 3 columns. Is that the highest we can go? Okay, so let's have it 2 column and then 6 posts, like that. So I think that's all, and we can update. So by the time we create a post now, we say that this place will be populated. After that, we can add any other thing. So we'll keep on learning more about page builders as we go on. So let's now go back and click on this place to go back to WordPress. Okay, so we can now decide that go back to that settings that we did the other time. This settings. So we'll go back to reading, and where we had this sample page, we now use home. So then we now save changes. Now if we go to our home page, this is our home page here. We can refresh now, and this is what we have. So I think this looks better than, so we can see we are already putting things together, and it's actually working fine for us. So the next lesson will still keep talking about page builder, but this time around we'll be using Elementor page builder. We just have an overview of that too, and then we can move on. So like I'm saying, this is smaller. You can go back and adjust it, make them bigger. All this text, make them bigger so that this place doesn't just look dry. So you can add as much text as possible to this place. You can add as much text as possible to this place. So that is it. I'll see you in the next lesson.